And welcome into the Edifice Venture Live. The Edifice Venture? I totally got that screwed up, did I not? It's almost like not being able to know what day it is when you're stuck in your house all day long.
Feels like the Twilight Zone.
It does.
Although, those are two different initials. That's TZ. This is TS, the Tool Shed.
The Tool Shed, yes. So welcome into the Tool Shed, the show where we talk about home improvement and home ownership. I'm Warren Seegers, and you are?
Penny Seegers, wife of the host. I love the name key this week.
It's been that every single time you're on. So, yeah, we're running a little bit late today. It happens. Murphy, Mayhem, those two guys, wild and crazy guys, always causing problems.
Also, I think it just kind of goes along with the lackadaisical that everybody's feeling right now of what day is it, and everybody's just kind of moseying along and in their pajamas, and hey, there we go.
You know how we used to call our twin boys Thing 1 and Thing 2?
Yeah.
What if we actually named them
Murphy and Mayhem? I'm not sure which would be which.
It wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
I think that they would think it would matter.
So, well, we got kind of a fun show planned tonight. Of course, with the coronavirus thing going on, we're all, I don't know, what are they calling this officially? Sheltered in place? Quarantined?
Well, we're still in stay at home. Indiana is stay at home. We're not sheltered in place yet.
I've had that rule with the wife since we've been married.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, so anyway, we just don't have the ability to have guests in right now. I mean, that's the hard part. We've called people, and we respect, how they feel about this whole thing. And most people just want to stay at home and wait this whole thing out. But the cool thing is, our studio's in our home, so you can watch us all the time, every Thursday, 8 o'clock or so. But yeah, so, we're doing our thing. We're going to keep doing this every Thursday. We're going to start doing more of the EV H2s, which stands for Edifice Venture How To. And that's what all this stuff is laying on the tool shed, tool bench.
Yeah, because now we have, a little bit of time, not a lot, because, actually, e-learning is actually taking
a whole day.
More time than when you were just teaching regularly.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen a couple of those memes about, teasing teachers about, oh yeah, we don't have to go to school, we're not doing anything. No, jokes. It is not easy, but we'll get through it. And now here in Indiana, Indiana and Michigan, I know for sure, have officially called the rest of the school year. Yeah. So a lot of people at home, which brings me to leads me to talk about what we've been doing. Since we're all stuck in the house, you always got to look for a silver lining in everything, right?
Absolutely.
And I think the whole situation that is happening across America is actually maybe a good thing, because I know in our household, since we're stuck here together, all four of us.
Today was not pretty.
Well, no, today was not. Yeah. Tensions got a little bit over.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, we went from 100% or 0% friction to 100% and probably, I don't know, it sounded to me like 2 seconds, but I came down after it started. But anyway, we're going to talk about some of the things that we're doing too to help pass time. And one of the good things is we are in the house and we are here all together. And I just feel like we're getting closer together because we're playing games at night, we're watching movies. I just, you got to take the good out of the bad sometimes. And if you don't, you're going to go nuts. There is a silver lining in every catastrophe, I guess. So one of the things we've been doing is we're not going to the grocery store because we have a lot of canned goods and like shelves, and the refrigerator has all kinds of stuff in there, and the freezer has food.
Refrigerator's actually getting pretty bare. Freezer's still pretty good. So we're
and the cabinets are pretty good.
Yeah, but we're doing well of using what we have.
Yeah. And the other night we had, I think it was the coolest thing. It was spaghetti, we were going to put, what are the little curly noodle things?
Rotini.
We were going to put rotini in it. Didn't do that. It still got eaten.
Yeah.
Because everybody just put butter on it the next day and reheated it and ate it. Because who doesn't like noodles? But it was spaghetti, sweet basil tomato soup. And then I mixed a can of
Tomato sauce.
Paste.
No, it was sauce.
Oh, it was a sauce? Okay. Paste would have made it a little more tangy, which would have been nice. But we
didn't have paste, though. We had sauce.
Okay. Tensions are getting tight again.
I'm just saying, we were using what we had, and we didn't have paste.
And
we
then
had sauce.
I left the kitchen for a second, and I didn't mean cook 2 pounds of hamburger. I said, do you have some hamburger? Which means, I just thought you would have understood. Half the hamburger would have been fine, but no worries. I took that hamburger, because I was just going to make spaghetti with hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay? That brings up a good story.
Yeah, it does. Actually, it does.
But we'll tell that.
Recipe. I actually can cook much better. Goes back to that story now.
Yes.
But I still have to have a recipe. When he was like, hey, cook this up because I'm throwing all these things together and I'm just going off a whim. Not me.
Nope. She is not a cook off of a recipe person.
I don't have that vision. I don't.
So yeah, anyway, she cooked way too much hamburger. So now it went from spaghetti with tons of hamburger. And I was like, you know what? Not a big deal. I'm going to switch this around. So I put the spaghetti in the bottom of the pan. And then I put a layer of Mexican cheese, Colby Jack, and Swiss cheese down on that. Then I put a layer of hamburger on top of that. And then I put more Colby sliced cheese on top of that. And then we baked it for about, what?
That was like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. And it actually came out good. And yes, Coy, he argues with that I was making fun of what he was saying. But no, he actually said...
It wasn't that you were making fun. He said you were taking credit.
Oh, no, I was not taking credit. And I did go back and watch the video. I said Coy came up with it and questioned all the ingredients, but then said, it's kind of like cheesy, cheeseburger lasagna.
Right.
Which is what it actually tasted like.
In
it's a
all
cheeseburger.
fairness, though, you do have he does like to take other people's, not...
I do steal people's ideas.
He does
That's
steal
fine.
my ideas.
So, hey, if you're out there watching, give us a thumbs up. Ask us any questions. Join in on the conversation. That's what we're all here for. Let's not just make this us time, but make this everybody's time.
Yeah, tell us what you guys are doing to pass the time in quarantine. And if you're doing some fun, interesting things that you're coming up with to pass that time in the same manner, tell us about it.
Yeah, I know Tracy Kurtz is probably visiting with those twin babies they just had.
Grandbabies.
Oh, cute little things too. Mm-hmm. So, and congratulations, Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when those two were that little and a lot less mouthy.
They're so cute when they're small like that, but just wait. They do eventually learn how to walk. That turns into a run, and then it's over. Then you just got to chase them. Twice the trouble. So, anyway, we'll get to the rest of this stuff. It's time for a break. So we're going to go ahead and do the EV H2, and that'll remind you what those actually are. And then next week, we're actually going to have a new one every week from here on out, and we're going to explain some of those EV H2 projects that we have coming up. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Hey, welcome into another Edifice Venture How-To. In this episode, we're going to take on Old Man Winter and teenage driving. Well, sorta. We're going to fix something that was caused by those two. This mangled post box pole is a direct result of wintry roads and the inexperience of a teen driver. As you can see here, this post took a pretty good hit. I choose not to reveal the name of the driver to save them the embarrassment of this common seasonal incident. And yes, I said seasonal incident. This is the second winter in a row that I've had to put the post back up. And I expect 4 or 5 more years of this to happen with all the kids I have in the house.
To get this project on the road, or the pole, you'll need a wood chisel, circular saw, square, pencil, tape measure, hammer, file, and a drill. Step 1. Assess the damage and decide if the post is worth replacing. In my case, the post was fine. but the mailbox mount and support needed replaced. Remove all the hardware from the post. I chose to do this because of a few modifications I plan to make, and once it's set, the post will be just a little bit off on its height. I'll put everything back on after the post has been set to ensure the address and especially the reflectors are visible, although the reflectors didn't stop anyone from hitting it before. Step 2. Give measurements of the parts to be replaced. I am replacing the mailbox mounting beam, which is 27 inches, and the angle support. The original angle support was 6 inches. I am extending the new support to 20 in hopes to make it more resistant to automobile strikes. Step 3. Transfer your measurements to your material and cut to length. Before you run out and buy new wood to make the repairs, look around your house or ask a neighbor if they have any scraps. The 4x4 pieces I'm using were leftover end cuts from my deck project, keeping this project within my desired budget of $0. To add a little design to the mailbox mounting beam, I measured and marked a line 1 inch from the end all the way around. Then I used my skill saw to make a 45-degree angled cut, leaving a nice finished beveled edge. Cutting the angle support was less difficult. This was a scrap piece that I had lying around, and it just happened to be 20 inches long. Hey, sometimes you get lucky like that and you find a scrap that is exactly what you need. The only thing I had to do here was mark a 45-degree angle on each end and cut. Too easy. Step 4. First, I removed the old broken mailbox beam from the post. It's a small but important detail. You'll need to make several cuts to depth into the mailbox support beam in order to connect the post. Make a line 4 inches from the end. Then lay your post on top of the mailbox beam, making sure all edges are lined up. Trace the cutout portion of the post notch to the beam. To set the proper depth of the blade, adjust the blade so that the teeth set on top the bottom of the post notch, and the saw base plate is flush with the side. Then tighten the depth adjustment knob. Place the beam so that the traced outline of the post notch looks like the letter U. Make a cut on the left and right side of the U. Keep cutting the beam at 1/8 inch intervals until you have nothing left but thinly sliced wood pieces. Once complete, knock the slices out with a hammer. Clean out the leftover larger chunks of wood with a chisel. Then use a file to smooth completely for a better fit. Step 5. Put it all back together. Set the mailbox support beam notch into the post notch and attach them together with deck screws. Place the 45-degree angle support post between the mailbox mounting beam and post. Make sure both are flush and drop 2 deck screws into both sides. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to check out our YouTube channel at WSeegers2 or do a keyword search for Edifice Venture. And be sure to subscribe to us and also check out our Facebook page and like us there too. And welcome back. I am Warren Seegers, and this is a tool shed where we talk about home improvement and home ownership. This is Penny, my wife. Funny comment, Jeff Almy says he has an idea for us. He said organize the shelves back here.
Those are as organized as they're going to get because things keep going
I
from
did
here
organize them.
to downstairs, to up here, to downstairs.
Although this is one of the coolest things I got for Christmas. This is actually an operational Frigidaire refrigerator. That's where I keep my beer.
If you could see the rest of the room,
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't worry about these shelves. You would be like, organize
They look
the
nice.
rest of your set and tool room.
And we want to say, hey, Chris. Chris is watching. Marla and Samantha. Hey, thanks for joining us and watching. So let's get to, and a matter of fact, we just watched that EVH2. That's what we're talking about. I used to do those. Try to stay consistent with them. Have not lately, but we're going to start doing that because we were cleaning the basement out. Or you and Zane were cleaning the basement. Coy and I were doing construction, but you found a bunch of stuff and that we've been talking about doing stuff with.
And this stuff came basically from like one corner. I only got basically one corner of the basement cleaned because it was pretty messy. It's pretty bad.
Yes. So let's start with the biggest thing. Can you give me just one of those bells?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, let's see your strong girl arms there. See, I knew you could. So these, we have 3 of these. We got those 2. And these were old
air tanks,
air
right?
tanks.
Yeah.
From firefighter air tanks, as a matter of fact. Ray
Collins.
Hey Ray, hope you're watching, and sorry I forgot your last name. We need to see each other again. But these were old air tank containers, and what he did is he cut the bottom off of these. This is actually Ray's idea too, not mine. But he drilled a hole into the top of these, and was going to make this into a wind chime. He never got around to it, must have lost interest in it. But anyway, he asked me if I'd want him to do the project, and I said, absolutely, yes I do. So, matter of fact, let me hold this up.
And we also had seen something similar when we were at the minister's treehouse.
Hit that with something.
Oh.
Here. Hey, I found my short pry bell.
Oh, Cosmo just freaked out.
So, well, that's pretty loud. So, I would imagine in a nice soft wind, they'll be pretty to hear, but in the really strong windstorm, that's going to be pretty loud. So,
our neighbors might hate us. It's a good thing, actually, we have 4 acres of land here, and we can put them somewhere they won't be really, really close to a neighbor.
So, but yeah, and then, well, as you were digging around, who found this?
I did.
Okay, so Penny found this old boat propeller. Oh my gosh, the boys did that on purpose. The boys
Which one,
found,
Murphy or Mayhem?
Right. So the boys found this old boat propeller, and Coy had the idea, can you use this with the wind chimes with the air tanks? And I thought, yeah, that'd be great. And his idea was at first we were going to use this for the hammer that goes in between them that actually bangs on these. And after we were looking at this today, we both came to the conclusion this would be a better part to actually hang.
Oh, hang them from.
Hang from. So we're going to...
Are you going to have to drill through here?
Yep, we'll have to drill through here. We're going to put some holes in there and then hang these on the around here because there's 3 propellers and there's 3 air tanks. So we'll hang these off here, and then we'll have to find something yet that's going to go in between here. That will be the hammer that'll actually chime and hit this.
Wouldn't these just like clink together maybe?
Well, yes. Well, we're going to find out first. We're going to see if they're close enough where they actually hit together by themselves. If not, then we will actually run, which this is another rope that we found. Actually, was the old swing
tire
rope,
swing. Yeah, the boys are still mad at us for cutting that down, but once we put in the garden around where the tire swing was hanging, this swung right into our nice bushes. So we're gonna have to find another tree to hang the tire swing from.
So we're using the tire string rope, and we'll run this through, and then we'll hang this back up. This will be the memorial for the tire swing. And if we need to, we're going to put a little bit extra on this. We'll tie a knot on this so this doesn't slip. And if we do need a hammer in between these, we'll just add it to it that way.
Right, just add it to the bottom.
That is actually our first EVH2. So next week, when you tune into the show, this will be the project that we're going to show how we put it all together. Should be a fun project. And from what I understand, it's not hard to find these air tanks either, the way Ray was talking about it. I guess, once they go bad, they're bad, and they either junk them or I don't know what they do with them.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know, but we'll get it done right before spring and be able to enjoy it in our yard. So.
I'm going to have to step over here a little bit and put these down. So, okay, let's go to... Wow, we're already so far into our show, and we haven't said much of anything. It's pretty much our conversations we have all the time.
Hey, we're fun.
Yes, we're fun. We just talk. Okay,
well,
let's
this one's an easy one,
all right,
so that won't take that long.
And then we'll go to a break, and then we'll come back and talk about the rest.
So this one is actually really, really, really easy. It's, just an ugly picture. I'm not even sure quite where it came from. But I have...
Do you like this picture?
I don't.
Why?
Because it's really faded and
Penny, this is a watercolor I did when I was 12 years old.
You're such a liar.
Anyway.
Because someone gave it to us.
No, actually, you know where we got this?
It came from Dr. Lee's office, didn't it? Or from Dr. Lee?
No. At one time, I think when we were still apartment dwellers, we were at a garage sale, and there was some old pictures like this that were out of a hotel.
Oh, that might have been. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually not quite sure where it came from. Anyway,
Looks
we
like
have
it came out of a hotel.
we have a thing on our fire in the living room. It's like one of the faux fireplaces, but I always put a picture in a picture frame this size that I change out for holidays. So I don't have one for Easter. And at first I was going to paint the frame, but since we're going to do it for Easter, it's already a pinkish pastel color, so I'm just going to clean it up, wipe it down. But then I need to get an Easter picture and blow it up to an 11 by 17. And one thing I might do tonight if I get an extra second or two is pull up a couple of Easter pictures and maybe throw those on Edifice Venture for you guys to choose which one I should put in there. So we'll do that. But that's what that's for. It's an easy one. It'll be really easy.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for watching. How you doing, man? Okay, so that's a cool one. So we have a couple more, but we will go to our break first. And then we will come back and we will talk about the other projects. And maybe at the end, you can we'll take a vote and people can chime in what they think is the coolest project out of all of them.
Yeah.
So we will be right back after this short break so that we can get reset up with the other projects that we're going to do on EVH2.
You begin as one. One person, one commitment. You sign the dotted line. You become part of something greater. Your service begins. Your mission begins. Your circle grows. You are supported by a network that understands. You return, but it doesn't stop there. Your exit is only the beginning. Your network continues to grow. You are connected to a legacy of blood, sweat, and tears, and with them, your service continues. Your new mission, fight to preserve the rights our brothers and sisters have earned. From enacting great change on Capitol Hill to providing much-needed support to America's veterans, military families, and our local communities, our strength lies within the heart of each individual member. We began as one. Now we are the millions who have served. We are the voice for veterans everywhere, and together we cannot be ignored.
Ethan and Gizmo, best friends since July 7, 2011. Chris and Luna have been best friends for 2 years. Riley and Frankie have been best friends since 2017. Beth and Thurza, best friends since 2017. Your next best friend is waiting for you at the Elkhart County Humane Society. For more information on adoption, visit elkharthumanesociety.org.
And we are back to the tool shed. I'm Warren.
And I'm Penny.
And we're going to do a little song and dance for you. No. We're not.
Lord, where did that come from?
I don't know.
Like, no. We would have to do the Checkers wine thing that my brother sent me earlier for me to do that.
Funny.
Yes.
So the way that worked is they had wine glasses with different colors of wine, and every time you jumped somebody's glass, you had to drink it. So sounds like something we did in college, but that's another story. And, you know, why wouldn't I want you to sing, though? You have a beautiful singing voice.
He's being so facetious.
Okay.
Anyway.
So this is yours. This is the one that you came up with.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. Let me guess.
Okay.
It's one of those panels that they put in the grocery stores so that you're safe behind people.
Safe.
It's a COVID panel. Now, what is it?
You're so funny. Actually, no. This is an old window.
We figured that one out. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, I love to be Captain Obvious. I need a cape. Anyway. So
sorry. Jeff said it was chess.
It was not. It was not chess. Go back and rewatch the video. If you don't know how to play chess.
Oh, this is great. A brother and a sister fighting in a live stream.
It was checkers.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes. Anyway, So this is an old window, and yes, Jeff, this window came out of our parents' house when we sided and put in a couple of new windows for them back several years ago. Anyway, I'm going to use this. I want to mount this picture somehow. This is a picture of me when I was hand modeling at home shopping.
Can we get a close look up at that?
And these are my...
Oop. There we go.
Oh, there's a lot of bright light. But these are my home shopping badges.
How old were you in that picture?
18.
18 years old.
These are my home shopping
Pretty Penny at Home Shopping Network.
badges. Where am I at? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. The other way. Moving in front of the window.
There we go. Okay.
Here.
Okay, there we go. Those are my home shopping badges. And anyway, we're going to mount them somehow to the window, and I need to get some paint that we can paint on the glass, and I want to write home shopping, let me lend a hand. And I'm going to hang it in my office, my real estate office.
That's really kind of funny because you're
And
a real estate agent and you sell homes.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly why it's not funny.
You're so clever.
It's a play on words. You're so brilliant. Again, with the Captain Obvious.
Hey, Jim, thanks for watching. You're up kind of late tonight, aren't you?
But anyway, I think it would make an interesting conversation piece, and it's a play on words. It goes both to this profession and the current profession that I'm in.
Nice.
Yeah.
And both hands-on jobs.
Exactly. And it's a house window.
Yes.
See, I mean, it all ties in together. Thank you.
Beautiful. Great idea. Okay, so I'll try and put this back here without shattering it. All right, well, now the other thing.
Okay, and then lastly, this is
your idea too, right?
Yes, it is. See, I'm the idea fairy. And then I have to have him to put it together for me because
Yes.
I'm not brilliant when it comes to that stuff, but I'm good at coming up with ideas.
All right, so bring it over here. We're going to have to stand up with this one.
Oh, absolutely.
So, sorry, Coy, you're going to have to readjust your cameras.
Okay. All right. So that's good enough. But anyway, this is a old dresser mirror board that you dug out of the trash.
I don't remember digging this out of the trash.
You totally did. I know you don't remember, but this was right when you were down at Fort Benning, Georgia, and we had just bought the building, and so you were totally into design and what we were going to do with this, and we were rescuing all kinds of things to do design stuff, and you were like, oh, it's so cool, we'll do something with it. I don't know what it's going to do with it, and it's been sitting, and we've just never thrown it away, so it's been in the basement. But my idea is we're going to make a Seegers Family Command Center that's going to hang right next to the door where we'll come into where the garage will eventually be. So,
Command Center, once again, explain it. I didn't know what you meant by Command
okay.
Center.
All you women out there, you got me. You got me. You know what a command center is. So basically what a command center is that it'll be a place where we can put a calendar, we can hang our keys, anything of importance that the whole family needs to know that you're going to want to see either right before you leave the house or you need to see right when you enter the house. Or you need to either grab before you leave the house or enter the house.
What you're looking for me to do is to maybe put a nicer piece of wood back here, chalkboard paint on that so you can write notes, maybe some hooks up here where you could hang keys.
Right.
Maybe a flashlight so when the lights go out, this basically stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we could even, the hooks can maybe go down the side for the keys. You know, we could. Yeah, we got to decide what all we as a family want on it, but then we can incorporate it all here and hang it right there on that big old wall.
All right, we'll go ahead and put this back over there. So that's all of our time. We're done already. Can you believe that? Where does the time go? This is the fastest time has gone all week because, you know, when you're sitting in the house, it just drags on forever. So, good show. Yeah. And then next week, don't forget, tune in. The first of these projects that we will reveal is the air canister wind chimes with the boat propeller hanger.
And not only will that keep us accountable to get it done, because that seems to be the theme with everybody right now, since everybody is kind of home and days are running in together, accountability has been kind of woo! Now we are keeping ourselves accountable. Well, I'm keeping them accountable. That's not, I came up. That was their project. They came up with that, but they do the projects.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, tonight, another thing that we do, I know we're going a little bit over, but I want to bring this up. Another thing that we've been doing lately, too, is when we're doing our late night construction projects, we take our camera, we set it up wherever we're working, and it's like one of those eagle cams where you can watch the baby eagles and stuff, except it's a home improvement construction cam. You can watch us do our project in real time. And after we get done with this show, Coy and Zane and myself, we're going down into the basement and we're going to lay more subfloor in actually our bedroom.
Okay.
So,
You're doing
now,
that yet tonight?
yeah, we're going to do that a little bit tonight. Now, those videos don't stay on Facebook, so you can only see them when we're doing it live. So a little bit later here, in probably about 30 minutes, we'll be live doing our project, so you can see us in action with tools. So,
Scary.
yes. Anyway, that's our show for today. Tune in next week. Penny and I will be here, and we'll be revealing some other cool project ideas, too. Until next week, don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and DIY until you die.
And hit the follow button.
Please.